We'd like to thank our supporters, OG Haulage
and Coolridge Heating and Air Conditioning for their ongoing and continued support of our podcast and helping us make this possible.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
We're going to get outdoors with Drew and Cam another week. Another fantastic week it's been.
How are we all?
How are we, Cam?
Oh, mate, ticking along.
Yeah?
I say ticking along every time I think we record one of these. So
You do.
That's my go-to.
Mate, we've got an absolute cracker this week.
I think it is. I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to it yet.
I know, right? Because it's still sitting on my edit bench.
Yeah. Nah, we'll just slap this little intro together for it. So.
I got an invite to the Kincrome block party.
Yeah.
Which is completely off its head.
It sounds like it would be.
It absolutely was, man.
Yep.
Absolutely was. So this is actually quite a big episode, listeners. It's an hour long.
Yep.
And it's an interview with Tank Collins, who's from Full Drive 24/7 and Kincrome Racing. And if you've seen it on YouTube, Kincrome...
Dual cab 79.
Yeah.
With everything thrown at it, including every tool, I think, thrown at it as well.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
Absolutely. And Kincrome Billboards.
Yep.
With 5 other YouTubers, popular YouTubers.
Yep.
Raising awareness for Movember.
Okay. Beautiful.
So it's worth the effort. So
good cause.
We hook into it now and we'll go from there.
Yep. Hope you enjoy.
Do it.
Today I've somehow convinced 2 absolute weapons from the Kincrome crew to come and sit still long enough for a chat. First to join me is Tank Collins, the man who basically lives in his 4-wheel drive. If he's not building something ridiculous on Kincrome's YouTube channel Build Wars, he's somewhere in the bush, proving that tools can survive being used as hammers, even when they're not meant to be. Also, we've got Jacko Evans from Kincrome Racing. If you've ever wondered what it's like to send a vehicle harder than your bank account would approve of, he is your guy. So buckle up, grab a snack, tighten your wheel nuts, because this episode is going to be a wild one. Boys, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, man. 110 newton meters is the wheel nut talk, by the way.
Mate, that's what we needed.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. See you later. First off, thank you for the invite to the Proving Grounds. It's been epic.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic to watch you boys get laps, the whole lot.
I'm just glad we got to put you in the car and take you for a lap.
Dude, more than a lap. That was just awesome. Now, I need to ask, where did this journey, this crazy journey, begin for you both? I mean, up to you guys how you go about it.
Yep.
Has the outdoors always been your playground, or like getting into Kincrome Racing or with Kincrome YouTube and all that? Is that where it started? Where's it for you guys?
Solid. Tango first.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends how far you want to go back. Like,
That's up to you, mate.
yeah, I'll give you a little update. So I have been with the business for 25 years. So started when I was 19 and started picking and packing orders in the warehouse there, and it's just worked my way through the business into a pretty good spot right now. And realistically, I would say 2021, I reckon, Jacko, we kind of sort of hooked up, and there wasn't much of a marketing plan happening with Kincrome. I was a big YouTube fan, and we were like, we need to make some content. People enjoy content. And Jacko was your man. He was into racing. Jacko's father, Simon, Australian rally champion, that sort of stuff. And
that's Simon Evans, yeah?
Simon Evans, Australian rally champion.
Fantastic.
Unfortunately, he's not here tonight because he's just had an operation.
He's had surgery. Yeah. He's very devastated.
Yep.
But he's had to sit it out. I've been sending him as many photos as I can.
Yeah. We had a call with
keep
Simon
him happy.
earlier when we were fixing the brakes on the buggy.
Yeah.
Nice.
So realistically, look, I'm going to introduce. I'll run through how I met Jacko. I reckon that's a good start.
Yeah.
So the property we're at now, like close to 200 acres. Me and my mate bought it for a little bit of an outdoor recreation thing, get away from life essentially.
Yep.
Get out in the bush, have a little bit of fun, maybe get out in the four-wheel drives. And I'm not very good on a motorbike, so I decided I was going to buy myself a Polaris, side by side, and
Yep.
it's got a roll cage. With age comes a cage.
It's a good choice.
It was a very good choice.
Out of the other manufacturers, it was a good choice.
Yeah, Polaris was definitely the choice.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I needed a spare tyre, literally. And I got on Marketplace, hunting around for a tyre, and I see this bloke selling all these tyres. So I rolled down to Bass down near Phillip Island in Victoria, and walked in and met this bloke. And he's like, "Yeah, man, got a tyre here for you, $150, or wheel and tyre." And I sort of looked around the shed and I was like, there's a lot of trophies on these walls. And
That
there's
is cheap. That is so cheap.
Evo's not like one of those guys that's really about finance.
He's not
is
a profitable guy.
It's not his strong point. And so basically rolled up to pick up a spare wheel and tyre, so I had one for the buggy. And all these trophies and all these race cars, and I'm like, I don't know much about this stuff. And honestly, like 6-7 beers later, I had to ring my partner and say, can you come pick me up? I bought myself a couple of tyres. There's a good chance we're going to build a race car. And not too long after that, I had the car back at Simon's, just doing a little bit of work on it. And he's like, do you want to take my race car out on the track? And like, his race car, and have a bit of a steer on the small track they got down there as a test track.
Was that the rally car he had?
No, the side-by-side.
Oh, he had a side-by-side, yep.
I wouldn't give me the keys to a rally car.
No.
And I was like, all right, this guy's less intelligent enough than he should be to give me the keys to a race car.
Accurate.
When we did a couple of laps, and then Jacko turned up with his partner, Claudia, and one of his mates, Sammy, who... we're not going to go into that, but Sammy become Jacko's business partner. Yeah. And that's how I met Jacko, and then it just went from there. Yeah. We're going to move this story along quite quickly. But then COVID kicked in, and my car was at Simon's house. And I'd crashed an old car, got a new car. My car was at Simon's house, and I'm like, I want to put a decent roll cage on it because I had a big crash. I thought it was pretty bad. And Simon rang me and goes, yeah, we built you a race car.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, how's that going to work?
Well, I built you a race car.
Well, yeah. Like Simon directed Jacko to build us a race car. Yeah. And there was some COVID stuff going on, and there was a series of like side-by-side racing, and Kincrome stepped into that space through me knowing Jacko and Simon, introduced them to the business, and sponsored the race team.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then we kind of took it from there, and I'm like, well, there's no point sponsoring a race team that you can't see, so let's go make YouTube episodes about off-road racing. And we went hard at it for 3 years, Jacko?
Yeah, 3 years, I reckon.
Yeah. Like the short course stuff we did. Jacko placed really well. Every race we did, I came one position behind Jacko. So that says something about Jacko's driving.
So you were his support driver then?
Yeah. I was always just one out, one back.
Yep.
And then in what year are we now? 2025. So 2024, Jacko won the ARB Off-Road Championship in the buggy. So,
that was a big job.
Big
100%.
job.
Yeah.
Would that have been your highlight? Has that been your highlight of your racing career as such?
I'll quote Max Verstappen on this. Your highlight's always the first big race you win.
Okay.
And the first big race I ever win was my first championship that I won, because that was actually my second. And the first race that I won was a short course race, which was an Australian National Series, and I won the MAF King round of the Australian Side-by-Side Championship.
Yeah,
and
right.
That was, I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
That was absolutely unreal. And then, to go ahead and... the cars progressed, and we ended up, Polaris got behind us, and we had the latest car, which was the Polaris Pro R, which was cheating compared to the rest of the field. The car was faster, more travel, like all of the above. It was unbelievable. And we went out and we had a nearly perfect season. We had 3 wins and 1/3 out of 4 rounds. So that was unreal to do. And
that's your peak.
That was our ARB championship, and and that was the last time we really committed to a championship. So that was last year, and I absolutely loved it. I was stressed out. Don't get me wrong. I put so much effort. I build the cars.
Yep.
I overdrive the cars and break things that most people don't break. So I put so much effort to slowing myself down to be able to finish races. And achieve what we achieved. So super proud of it.
Yep.
We also ran Fink. We got to the front of Fink, which,
that's...
Fink and I don't agree.
Yeah.
I've done Fink 4 times. I've finished it once.
Oh.
The last time I did Fink, we were leading our class ahead of some really, really good competition. In our class, we're the biggest field. So, between trophy trucks and pro buggies and all the other classes that are there, side-by-side is, at least 60% larger than all the other fields. So it's a super competitive class.
Yep.
So to be at the front of that class arguably is one of the hardest classes to be in the front of. And we got there and we had the pace. you know, what they
Broke
say.
stuff.
Well, I think like they say, like, you know, the $10 part let you down, like, and that's always the way.
Though.
Yeah, we passed. We actually qualified second. We passed the guy who qualified in front of us, and we had a really big lead on him. And then we had a failure. So it's turned me against Fink, because I think like the hype of being like, I'm leading Fink. Oh my god, this is amazing. And then to have a failure was pretty rough. And yeah, we learned a lot. We worked out what we did wrong and things like that. But yeah, definitely had a pretty mad off-road season.
Fink sounds like for you what Bathurst is for the V8 supercars.
Oh, man. Like,
Doesn't
I
matter.
love it or hate it,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you do all year. You just want to win Bathurst.
I honestly, man, like, without like trying to like Debbie Downer, I'm actually a bit of a hater. Like, I've run at the front and broke, and I'm just like, dude, I'm done with this event.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's probably important, like, sorry to fully take over your podcast.
Go, man.
But I'm going to guess your listeners probably don't know. We keep saying side by side. They probably don't know what it is. And like, I'm not going to call this as a shameless plug, but if anyone's interested to understand what we're talking about with off-road buggies, jump on the Kincrome YouTube channel, go back and have a look at the side by side stuff, and you'll understand what we're talking
100%,
about. We made
man.
some great content on what Jacko and the whole family did. Jacko's sister also races. And so that'll give you an understanding of what we're actually talking about.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I guess the level it's at to compete.
Yeah, 100%. I think like what's pretty like important to stress is the side-by-side class is very accessible. Like you buy a side-by-side, you put a roll cage on it, and you're ready to race. Yeah. So because of that, it's the highest entry to every event.
Yep.
So
it's easier to enter.
Yeah, but like
because you've got virtually a standard car.
But also the cars, like between the Polaris, the Can-Am, questionable about Yamaha, it's a very competitive class.
Yep.
And so everybody has a chance. And in comparison to like what we see now with, like, we're digging right deep into off-roads, like you got Mason off-road trucks, which are like a $1.7 million truck, and Jimco's and Lumicraft and all these vehicles that are inaccessible to the average person.
Yeah,
even the above average person can't afford some of the stuff. Like
I can't afford the wheel bearings on an Lumicraft.
Anyway, we digress.
Yeah. So the side by side is like, I don't know, you'll have questionable opinions on this. In my opinion, it's the most competitive class. You've got the most versatile platform between the different brands. All the cars are pretty close. Yep. The best drivers are in that class. Yep. Like,
so realistically, the class comes down to the loosest nut behind the steering wheel.
Oh, yeah. But like something I'll really stress to anyone that's racing, race day's the easy day. The hard day is the preparation.
Yep.
So learning how to prepare a car, test your car, like, and if you don't go testing before, like, especially if you're going to enter a national, don't even turn up.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not putting the effort in, you will be disappointed and you will think the sport sucks. But the amount of effort that goes in to have a competitive any car, let alone side by side,
100%,
is something that most people will not understand. Like, we're very fortunate. Tank has this beautiful block, and trust me, every time there was a national, we were out here testing my race car to the, like, as far as we could to get it the best chance, as well as, you know, doing our like new parts and things that required. Some parts they only last X amount of time, and you need to freshen them up.
100%,
right? It's a big, it's a big job. It costs money. Like, there's nothing cheap about motorsport at the front.
Yep.
Like, if you want to go to motorsport and come 10th, you can do it cost effectively. But if you want to beat all the other guys that have a lot of money, it costs money.
100%.
Yeah.
No,
anyway, that's Jacko taking over the podcast.
Absolutely. I think we can just leave it to him, mate.
I'm going to unplug the mic now.
Leave him to it. So, Tank, with you, given you work with Kincrome Tools, your involvement with, you had 4Drive TV?
Yep, 4Drive 24/7.
That's the one, sorry, 4Drive 24/7. And then both of you been on Kincrome Build Wars.
Yeah.
What's something you both learned doing it?
Yep.
And what do you take away from being involved in it?
There's actually a lot there. So step back to, say, 4Drive 24/7.
Jacko took most of your time, mate, so make it quick.
I'm sure there's an edit. I'll control delete Jacko.
Yeah, that's it. We'll just cut Jacko out. Thanks for joining me and Tank. Yeah.
But so 4Drive 24/7, how that became a thing was Kincrome were playing in the off-road space with Jacko Racing, all that sort of thing. And we were at a 4x4 show, and I met Glenn, his name is, who runs the 4Drive 24/7 channel. And he was quite interested in having a chat to us. Our brand obviously resonates with camping, outdoors, motorbikes, off-road racing, all that sort of thing.
Yep.
Whoop, well, I got to get closer to the mic.
Not too close.
Not that close.
People won't hear your dulcet tones, mate.
So 4Drive 24/7 were quite interested in having our brand on the channel. And me being a big fan of 4Driving off-road, all that sort of stuff. I had the Cruiser, I'd had a Hilux before that. And I was very interested and sat down with the family that owns Kincrome, Australian-owned business, and we had a chat. Like, look, do we want to go do this? Obviously, it costs money to be on that channel. It's great exposure for the brand. And we were like, hell yeah, let's go do this. So I turned my pretty average Cruiser into a slightly less average Cruiser. And we went out to Coffs Harbour and absolutely trolleyed it. And...
It's all right.
I got it good. I thought I cut
I
it in
pre-opened my can.
Edit
I'm
this.
smarter than
Sorry.
Jacko.
No issue. Continue.
Yeah, so I took my, as I said, slightly average Cruiser and made it a little bit less average, and went out and absolutely trolleyed it on the tracks of Coffs Harbour, and realised that day that a forward drive can do a lot more than I can do. The car's more capable than I am.
Yep.
And learnt a lot, and I'd had a little bit of experience prior to that. But the journey, I guess, with 4Drive 24/7 has been awesome. Like, for the brand, it has opened up a huge amount of exposure. And the reason we wanted to play in that space was because day to day, like, you know, mechanics or whatever your trade is, if you're a tradie, you're on our tools day to day. And then over the weekend, you might have a motorbike, you might have a side-by-side, you might have a forward drive, and it moves into your passion space. And
100%.
we're like, let's get into the passion space of people, because if we can make people passionate about our brand, that helps them throughout the week and then gets the job done on the weekend, we thought that would be a cool thing.
Yep.
And we've gone pretty big with them. We've done it for, call it 2 years now. We were lucky enough to do the Simpson Desert Crossing, which was probably
That was
the
a
most...
off its head episode.
Absolutely. It was their highest viewed episode within the first 24 hours of it airing ever, because it was chaos. Like, you know, we weren't crossing the Simpson Desert, we were crossing an ocean.
The Simpson Lake.
Like, ocean. It was wild.
Gotta watch that episode.
Yeah. And the other thing that I leaned into pretty early on, I've been a big fan of YouTubers. Like, I think they do a fantastic job. Firstly, I give everyone credit that's actually a YouTuber, because the time and effort it takes to record, put out content every week, edit that content, and then have people engage with it is out of control.
Yeah.
And I consumed a lot of that stuff, and I started reaching out to, just on my personal account, which was a little bit weird, sliding into their DMs and just saying, hey, look, you know, we're Kincrome, we use tools, you guys are building cars, do you want to work together? And I would say Kincrome were pretty early in the piece of getting into that sponsorship space, using content creators as a way to market to people. And that's what it is. Like, I'm not going to lie to anyone. Yes, it's marketing. Like, we're out there, we're supporting people that represent our brand well, but it's to get our brand in front of people, right? It's no different than a TV commercial or a radio ad, whatever it might be. A newspaper ad, if anyone spends their money on that stuff. And so I got into that space pretty quickly, and it worked really, really well for our brand. And then you mentioned billboards at the start of this chat.
Yep.
And I think it was in March this year, Jacko was there. We had like a seconds and a scratch and dent sale at our head office at Kincrome, just to, you know, help out clearing out that sort of stock that we can't sell to the retailers. And we said, let's get all our content creators down there. And we did that. It was a really successful day. We had about 2,000 people turn up.
Nice.
And then afterwards, like always, we thought, we'll have a beer, have a chat with the team, that sort of thing. And myself and Mac Preston from the Shed Life channel and TJ, we're like, let's do like a collaboration between all the channels that Kincrome support. And I think we can go build a four-wheel drive each and have a budget, do some build episodes and take them out wheeling. And we literally had this conversation in March this year and put a time frame on it, when we're going to get it done. Obviously, we have to present this stuff to the family that owns the business. It costs money.
That's right.
They have to see value in it. And yeah, they were like, this sounds like a pretty wild idea. And I'm like, well, I can't build a car. I've got no idea what I'm doing. So I looked across the table to Jacko and I'm like, well, you can build side-by-sides. I assume you can build a four-wheel drive too. And
Same.
Yeah, same, but yeah, just.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm not going to say cheaper.
you let yourselves down grabbing a Prado, though.
That was
spun me out.
strategic, man.
It was
strategic.
strategic.
That
It was
spun me out.
Yeah.
And it kind of kicked off. And honestly, we've just aired, I'm not sure how long before this episode goes live, but we are very, very late in November now, and we just aired our last episode. We had a bit of a goal between all the channels to do 1 million views.
Yep.
And that sounds pretty outrageous. And we clicked over like 2.2 million views as of yesterday. And obviously that'll continue to grow and climb. And the feedback from everyone, like, you know, everyone that watches this stuff, random people now, and it's getting a bit weird, but well, actually, I'll give you an example. So today, I said, we're up at our property. We're in the middle of nowhere, 3 hours out of Melbourne.
Yep.
And a couple of dudes rode past here on motorbikes today, and we're like, oh, what are these buggies doing?
I think they heard the race cars.
They heard the race cars.
It's not like you can't.
Yeah,
they're pretty
and
loud.
they rolled in, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, you're Tank from Build Wars.
No,
And then-
He said to me, that guy looks just like Tank. I'm like,
then
it's him.
That's gold.
Yeah, and so
That is gold.
and which is actually cool. Like it's, I love having a chat to random people that watch our YouTube stuff and are inspired by it.
Yep.
And a lot of those people are quite young,
Yes.
guys and girls, and they have a lot of questions. And I like trying to help out as much as I can, give
Yep.
them a bit of guidance. So there's it's been a journey, definitely been a journey.
Do you take anything away from Build Wars?
Oh, look, like,
Just don't do a Prado.
so Tank came to me with no context and said, if I gave you 30 grand, what would you build? And me and one of my best mates that I've been most friends with for years, he had a Prado and it was epic.
Yeah.
Like we had patrols. We never had Land Cruisers because we couldn't afford them, but we had patrols, and the Prado was really good. And I always wanted to build a V6 Prado because I was like, dude, like when we were like bashing, and it was little tires and it didn't have 4 ton in it, but it was a really cool little car. And I just said to Tank, like V6 Prado 100%. And he didn't explain to me that we would be building this car to compete with guys like Macca and Pooley or anything like that. He was just
Richo,
like,
who designs everything to
So, like,
micro-millimeter.
yeah, so I'm like committed to this like backyard idea of like, no one really builds a 120 and they're really ugly, but I think we can build one that'll look cool.
Yeah.
And we're fully committed, and all of a sudden we've got the biggest YouTube channels in Australia,
In
really,
Australia, yeah.
building
In this
these
space.
cars against us, and we're picked a Prado.
You got-
Well, to be fair, look, hopefully some of the listeners out there might have checked out Kincrome Build Wars, and look, the Prado didn't end well. It'll make a comeback, but until it didn't work, it worked really well.
Oh, and we're committed. Like, if we go round 2, like we've toyed with the ideas. Everyone's like, engine swap it, solid axle swap it. Nah, if you do any of those things, it's not a Prado. Like, we
Yep,
need to commit.
true.
I loved the idea. I guess this is my concept, is I knew that those boys would build a wicked patrol or a wicked runner.
Yeah.
And I figured, well, we're not going to be able to do that. Why don't we go with an underdog style car
Yep.
so they can't beat us on the fact that we're picking a car that isn't necessarily
Yep.
the mainstream? Because let's be honest, it's Land Cruiser or Patrol for that style of driving.
Except for you guys and Aussie Arvos, everyone else did engine changes and diff changes. And
Yeah. So we really went down the path of picking something that was affordable.
And achievable.
Yeah, and achievable. Like, the other boys did a lot of custom work. We didn't. All right, everything on our car is off the shelf parts except for the snorkel that was from Hilux. So
It was still off the shelf. We just made it fit a Prado.
So the goal was, look, we're not out here. Like, I build race cars in side by side. Like, that's what I'm really good at.
Yep.
I don't build four-wheel drives, and I'm not out here to go and try and show Macca or Pooley that I can build a better four-wheel drive than those guys. So we went down the path of let's just build something that people kind of don't think is very pretty and make it pretty and make it cool. And I believed in Tanko. Tanko is an actual weapon as a driver.
Yep.
Even
I can
in
attest
the
to that,
side-by-sides, Tank is a very capable, he makes the right decisions.
Yep.
He's very good. And me, I don't know what I'm doing, man. So
You're just as surprised as everyone else
pretty
what
much.
happens.
So I thought, let's just, not only are we going against the biggest YouTube names in the country, let's disadvantage ourselves more and pick an IFS car.
Yep.
Because, we
IFS,
think we're that good.
Independent
To be
front
honest,
suspension, yeah.
Correct,
Our real goal was and Jacko and I had this discussion. We really thought about this. There's a lot of young girls and guys out there that want to maybe get outdoors,
100%.
do a bit of camping
Yeah.
or fishing or whatever they might be into, and need a four-wheel drive to do that. And the level of what the other boys went to was fantastic, and it was cool, and they leaned on their strengths. But we kind of went with, let's go with what the general person can do.
Yep.
With a fair budget, if you want to build
And
yourself
all of the technical stuff,
Yeah.
the complicated stuff, we outsourced it.
Yeah,
As
exactly.
far as
We're
the
not-
bar work, we're fortunate enough. We team up with legends like LCS, which is a shop in Knoxville that do amazing 40 series cruisers. But he does same day sliders. Don't call him up and tell him that. But he does same day sliders. And I chat to him and I'm like, dude, what do you reckon? And he's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But teaming up with guys that are talented in their field, and we went down that path. But the idea was to not go down the path that people that couldn't achieve it. So we didn't change engines, we didn't change diffs, we didn't solid axle swap, which we've had millions of people tell us, oh, you need a solid axle front. I'm like, yeah, but it's not a Prado, man.
Yep.
It needs to be IFS. It needs to
you're
be
not
the
steering
norm.
away from the actual.
100%. And that's the tactic. If it goes to a Build Wars 2, we will keep the IFS as much as it is IFS, right? And everyone knows that it's not necessarily the most capable setup. We'll just drive it, man. I don't know. It'll work.
What we really want to do is inspire some, I would say probably younger people to go, look, it's not unachievable to go buy a pretty affordable car, do a couple of mods, bolt-on mods, realistically.
Yep.
And then, obviously we outsourced a couple of things, like we had some lockers put in, and we had, a bloke that helped us do that because we're not locker builders, they're diff center builders.
That's a whole different ballgame, isn't it?
Yep. And
Really?
we were like, but we wanted people to watch it and go, oh, I could actually do that. Because I love the YouTubers and watching that stuff. But as soon as you get to that point where you're either spending $100,000 plus on building a car or it's super custom, I like watching it, but I can't do it.
That's it.
And we were like, let's do something that people could do if they wanted to put a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, a little bit of research into it. And that was a goal. And I think we achieved it.
Yeah.
So...
And that sort of stemmed off literally how we build race cars.
Yeah.
The way that I build race cars is I just go to the best guys in the industry for specific areas.
Yeah, there's reasons for that,
I'm
isn't there?
almost I'm more like a builder.
Yep.
I'm like Metricon, right? And I just outsource.
Not a sponsor, could be.
Yeah, but I'll outsource specific areas
Yep.
to people that are way superior to myself.
Yep.
So that my customer gets a superior product.
That's it.
And that was the concept with the Prado. Like, okay, we need lockers. Cool. Do you know how to fit a locker? Because I don't.
I don't know. How to fit a
Cool.
locker.
We'll go to a guy that's superior at it.
Yep.
And the bar work, dude, I can
I know how to pull a diff center out now after we blew it to pieces. But that's a whole other story. Go check it out. You'll see. You'll see.
Oh, 100%. But like big bending, what are they called? The ones up the side, the scrub bars. Like to do that perfect, to really nice.
Yeah.
It's not easy, right? So outsourcing that to a shop that is easy, it just made sense. We could spend weeks on it, and they'll spend hours on it. And
That's
that was the concept. Yeah.
We all know off-roading comes with probably a lot of what was I thinking moments, and you guys doing Build Wars over in Tassie was pretty much off its head.
Yep.
You got to agree with it. What's the most sketchy situation you laugh about now, but absolutely could not laugh at the time?
Towing it back down in front wheel drive. Towing it back down in front wheel drive was sketchy as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tanko. Tanko's pretty hard to crack. He's a very, in the moment, very focused, very controlled, not a stressor, unlike me. And he's very good, hence why he was driving it. Yeah. But the reality of towing a car with no rear drive down Lake Cumberland was a serious situation. And we had a lot of comments going oh, why didn't you wait till the day, yada, yada. My answer to them is the car's got lights. Like,
Yep.
you know,
Let's just go,
that was fine. We could go down. But the reality of that situation was wild. Like, there was a couple of drives that Tank did. Like, there was a few sections that he just literally sent the car across these sections. And I watched him like a proud dad. Like,
Finally, someone's proud of me.
like, hell yeah. Like, that was the only way that car was going to make it.
Yep.
But yeah, if you were going to take the sketchiest moments, 100%. Like, getting back down that track in the night, everyone's hungry, tired, was wild, man. And Mako, and I think in our episode we didn't actually touch on it, but like one thing that I'd like to touch on is that that crew, even though they seem like a bunch of loose blokes, super professional.
Yep.
Like
Very safe.
like Maka, Paulie, Aussie Art, like just everyone in that crew, like when it comes to the crunch of, okay, it's now getting dangerous, we're now taking risks.
Yep.
Those boys were like, it's like they do it every day.
Yep.
Like they were very capable, very able to like deal with the consequences of the damaged car and get it down safely. And we did. So
So that's Jacko's moment. Mine's completely different.
Yeah, what's yours,
So
Tank?
that was obviously, like I call it a sketchy moment, but my moment that wasn't fun at the time and you look back at now and you're like, oh, okay, it worked out okay, was realistically, like, you know, I'm going to talk from a business point of view. We'd spent a lot of money to create this content and have all these people come together, build cars, travel from interstate, get them down to Tassie, go wheel. And we were 4 days into a trip, and the car was cooked. Like, a whole other story, but the camshaft broke on the car and it was game over. And we were sitting in a workshop going, okay, we've got a broken car that is not fixable, and we are, I guess, the hosts of this whole thing.
Yep.
And our car's, it's game over. It's catastrophic failure. And I had to come up with, well, we as a team had to come up with a plan. Jacko's under the bonnet trying to fix the car, and I'm like, look, that's where Jacko excels. Where I excel is organising stuff. And I reached out to a bloke, and hopefully some of your listeners might know Timmy, or Timmy Has Heart is his YouTube channel, who's got one of the probably toughest, best GQs built in this country.
Absolutely.
It's a
And
direct-
I rang him and called in a favour and said, like, mate, we've got a broken car. The game's over. Can I borrow your car? And it's his pride and joy. And without a word of a lie, and we've got text messages to prove this, he's just like, yep, you can borrow my car. You can use it. And that was the difference between what would have been like game over for Jacko and I being a part of this, and as the sponsor of this whole thing, it falling over. And then the difference, I guess, of community and the spirit of like, well, you're all out there trying to achieve something. We're all playing the same games. We're driving, we're camping. And he handed over his car, which he spent years developing. And so that was that moment where right now it's like hilarious. And you look back and this guy's just like, and Timmy, if you're listening, I have to say thank you. But he handed over the keys to his pride and joy. But it was a dire moment that was like, this could have been bad.
Yeah.
And very different. Whereas Jacko was like, oh, we're going down this hill. It was crazy. It was scary. I was just laughing the whole way.
I didn't want to take it all that bit. I mean, I'm the stressor. Like, mind you, my stressing keeps Tank on his wheels. But
True.
But 100%. Like Timmy offering up his, and like I'd have to stress that GQ patrol. Like, it's not just it's a patrol with wheels. Like, it is so developed. Like, he's like, it's got a crate motor. It has all the superior gear underneath it. It's engineered for freaking everything.
Yep.
Like, it is a work of art. And I drove it for 10 meters and couldn't stop laughing of like just an amazing car that it was. And the fact that Timmy gave it up, like, it was no different to me just handing away my championship winning car. Like, it's the way I saw it. Like, and I think Timmy just, like, he has got a lot of love for it, but I don't think it's enough. Like, it was an amazing thing from Tim to lend such an amazing car.
He did hand over the keys and literally say, I'm like, we'll look after it, Tim. And he's like, nah, yeah, man. Just make sure you send it. Drive it like you stole it. Like, that's what it's been built for.
That is awesome.
Anyway.
Yeah, which was such broken information because you're like, it was interesting because we actually drove a lot of tough tracks and we really didn't want to damage it. And the setup of that car, like, the only way you could really wreck it was to smack a door in or something because it was so well. All the tube work was really good. And yeah, like every time I don't borrow things well. I never have.
Yeah.
And borrowing someone's developed brilliant car was just like, oh my God, if I put a mark on this, I'm never going to feel good about it.
You'd just cry and walk away, wouldn't you? Never
so,
come back.
yeah, like my goal was just 100% to return it better
Better
than I got
we
it.
picked it up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's awesome. So, Tank, you've done some pretty epic trips.
Yep.
With 24/7.
Yep.
Now with Billboards over in Tassie.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff. What would be your top 2 bucket list tracks to do?
Well, I've honestly, it's a little bit cliche, but I've always wanted to go to Cape York.
Yep.
I've watched, I don't know, so many videos of YouTube stuff and everyone going up there and it always looks like a good time.
Yep.
And fun
It
fact.
is, let me tell you.
It is, yeah. You've been lucky enough to do
100%.
it. So hopefully next year where I'm actually going to go do Cape York with the boys from Forward Drive 24/7 in the cruiser. So that's been a little bit of a bucket list. Prior to that, honestly, I thought the Simpson Desert would be boring. And maybe if we didn't have torrential downpours and cyclones and all that stuff happen.
Or getting pushed across the puddle by an off-road animal.
Yeah, Dave and the off-road
That was
animal.
a Prado, by the way.
It was a
While you're
Prado.
ripping on Prados,
It was that
Prado.
deep in water, I couldn't read the badge.
But I'm going to say Cape York. I just think, it's definitely not the hardest wheeling out there, but
No.
it's some spectacular stuff. And if you can do it
100%.
with your friends, your family, your partners, your kids, it's definitely a kid-friendly trip.
100% it is.
I'd that would be my probably bucket list one.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then I'm a little bit interested in doing the really hard stuff. I thrive on chaos, as does Jacko. And so anything that's really tough and you're really in a situation where it's technical,
Yeah.
like the really hard tracks. We spent a bit of time in Coffs Harbour. It was cool. Something like 6 Stage, which is a wild sort of track, where consequences are big, but if you're smart about it, then
You
there's
can
a
work
good
your way
reward
through
at
it.
the end.
Yep.
Yeah. But
What about you, Jacko? What would be your top bucket list for racing? To
Racing?
win.
For racing?
Yeah, for racing.
Yeah,
I
I've
mean,
got a weird
started,
one. I've got a weird one. A lot of people don't expect this one. My one is the Lucas Oil Series in America. So, bit of backstory. I was a short course racer, right? And
So
then,
by short course, for people out there, think about a motocross track or a supercross track, but racing side by side.
with 8 cars.
Yeah, with 8
Serious?
cars up
Yeah.
at once. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I've done Fink, I've done some big events.
Yeah.
Nothing compares to lining up and racing 8 different cars on a motocross track. It is just
That
dangerous.
sounds like it'd be
it's
off
just
its head.
dangerous. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was my favorite thing. I've raced against Toby Price on motocross tracks. It was just unbelievably fun. And yeah, if I a lot of people in my position probably would consider Baja 1000 or Dakar or something like that.
something like King of
100%.
Hammers.
Yeah, King of
Yeah.
Hammers.
Cool.
Yeah. For me, it's putting me in a. To be honest, it's actually out of UTV. It would be if we're talking full bucket list, it's in a Pro 4, which is 1,000. Just to get a bit of background on this, it's 1,000 horsepower trophy truck that's four-wheel drive, and you race against the best guys in the world on basically a motocross track.
Yeah.
That would be what I would love. I don't get me wrong, I love long course, but short course hits different.
It's also spectacular to watch. It's
It'd be
full on
fast
to
and
drive.
full on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you said you're racing against Toby Price, so I'll just throw it in there. I think you beat him, didn't you?
I will make it clear that the event
He beat Toby.
There's a story here.
The way the event works, okay, it's heat races and then to a final, and I did beat Toby Price in a heat race. And it was epic. I was pretty prepared to put my car on the trailer and go home.
Stop your story right there, mate.
Yeah.
And you
It
can
was
stay
there.
on top.
It was,
Toby
it was
Price.
unreal. But yeah, without a doubt, and there's no one that can question this, in a heat race, I beat Toby Price. He was in a Can-Am. I was in a really poorly set up Polaris, and I did do it. And
Would that be like me saying I overtook Peter Brock back in the day?
Yeah,
Or-
pretty much. Yeah.
Because
I
he was
was-
sitting on the side of the road.
I was
No, he wasn't though. He wasn't sitting on the road.
Even Toby came and shook my hand and was
Nice.
good drive, man.
And-
He is an absolute
a
legend
legend.
of the sport.
Yeah,
If
absolutely
you
he is.
actually beat him, he is one of the coolest cats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did win, and to Toby's respect, he did win the whole day. There was a final race. He
But you
may
still
have
got him
jumped
in a
the
race.
start, but he did win the whole race.
You've still got him in a race, mate. That's all that matters.
He's a very, very talented driver. But Yeah, I'll always remember the time that
Nice.
he wasn't out the front. Because
If you're both leaving the tracks,
Yep.
what would be the 2 tools that every 4-wheel driver should take?
Hammer and cable ties. If you can't fix it with a hammer,
that's
cable
it.
ties, and maybe like gaffer tape.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
probably not worth fixing.
You'll love this. That's the answer for someone who prepares his car for him. So, all right. So you're talking like 2 tools. Torque wrench would be number 1. Talking up wheel nuts is freaking key. Like,
Right.
you know, the wheels fall off everything, especially with this new, wheel runner.
Don't you,
know,
just
whether
hang
it's-
off it with a rattle gun and hope for 6 ugger-duggers and then walk away?
Yeah. If you wanted to fall off, you could
Yeah,
do
that's
that,
it.
or stretch the stud.
Yeah, that's
whatever. Most of us are running like a KMC beadlock or any sort of variant of that, and torque them appropriately. Torque wrench is the first one that comes to mind. Second one, honestly, would probably be a Kincrome jump starter.
Our jump starters
Yeah.
have if you ever
Unbelievable
tested that
video.
product
I've jumped a freaking semi-truck dead flat off a jump
Off the
starter.
jump starter.
Yeah, like they are unbelievable. So if I had to pick 2 tools, it's a torque wrench so my wheels don't fall off, and it's a jump starter so my car starts.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But
it.
if you're talking like what probably a lot of your listeners are going to do, go out and then maybe they're going fishing, camping,
Yep.
all that kind of stuff, hunting, whatever it might be. I'd probably pick, honestly, like one of our little
the blow mold kits.
blow mold toolkits, so these little case toolkits you've got that pretty much fit, in your boot, in your back seat,
Yep.
behind, wherever it might be.
Yep.
It almost has everything you need to get yourself out of trouble.
It does. Like it really does. Like
90%
it'll have
of the
enough
niggly stuff.
tools.
Like I'd go 95%, and then a hammer and cable ties.
If you can't fix it with that blow mold kit, you probably need a tow truck anyway.
Correct.
Like that, if anything's getting you off the track, it's that kit.
Yeah.
Like if that kit doesn't solve it, you're in trouble.
Yep,
Yeah.
agreed.
By the way, I'm not sponsored on the podcast by Kincrome yet.
That wasn't a sponsor. That was just honesty.
Yeah, that's where it's at. Yeah,
The problem with 2 people from Kincrome, it's always about Kincrome, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It's better than being about myself.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Tank, you and I were talking last night around the fire, and you said to me something about newcomers to full driving.
Yep.
What would be your piece of advice? I can't even speak.
Keys.
Your key piece
Never know what you're
Advice?
talking
of
about.
advice to a newcomer to full driving.
Honestly, just go drive your car. Like, yes, I have a very, very nice car that's been built, and we built this Prado that we threw a lot of time, effort, money, and all that sort of stuff at. But honestly, a pretty stock Hilux, whatever you might be driving, just get out there. Make sure you got the appropriate handful of tools with you. Make sure you got some way to contact someone if you're out of the reception or something like that. And just go drive it. Enjoy it. You don't need to convince yourself that before you go do the dream trip or the dream holiday with your partner or the kids that you need to spend 30, 40 grand on your car. Maybe put some minimum all-terrains on your car and just go drive it. I have a lot of younger guys or girls come and chat to me about the Cruiser. I'm like, that's a sick car, and it's had a lot of time and effort and money spent on it. It helps you do the crazy stuff.
Yep.
But honestly, just go drive your car, have a good time,
And get some experience,
get
too.
some experience. Yeah, every day.
You'll be surprised what a stock car will drive.
Yeah,
Like,
especially-
they're pretty impressive.
yeah.
Even with a set of tyres, they'd probably outdrive
Yeah,
your, your
tyres.
average
If you
driver.
had to spend money somewhere,
Would be tyres.
buy yourself a decent set of at a minimum on an all-terrain.
Yeah.
And then just go drive it and be careful. And the other piece of advice I've got, and I don't take my own advice, is if the track is wild and out of control and you're going to damage your car or potentially hurt yourself or end the whole trip because you're trying to impress your friends or your mates, just drive around it. Don't do it.
That's it.
No one's like, oh, you're a hero, you did that.
Nah, Richard drove around heaps of the tracks. At Bill Watts.
Richo, little rip on Richo.
Yep.
Yeah, he did drive around.
He did.
But
he didn't drive through a single bog hole.
because he wanted to look after the car.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was a
It's
straight
because he
car
has
at the start.
education. Unlike
Yeah,
us.
yeah. So, because it might have been cool in that moment where you impress a couple of your mates where you did something crazy, but then on Monday when you got to try to drive your car to work and it doesn't have wheels and tyres and doors left in it, it's not worth it.
That's it.
Yeah, just go enjoy it. You don't need the best of the best. Like if you roll yourself back a few years, you didn't have to have the best 12-volt systems with all the fridges and all this stuff. You know what? You stick an esky or a cooler in your car, put some food in there, some way to
But it's
light
about
a
the
fire.
memories being made, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, in the end, it is all about
Yeah.
memories. So
It's about having a crack. Like you know, as you progress, depending on how you want to drive, you know, you'll know the mods that you want.
Yeah.
Like lockers are amazing, but
Correct.
you don't need them.
No.
But if you do fit them, you'll love it, right? But you'll get a long way without lockers.
Yep.
It depends on the tracks that you drive.
Yeah.
Well, in my Ranger, we did Cape York without lockers.
100%.
Yeah, well, perfect.
Yeah.
Like it's fully achievable. Like if you can do Cape York without lockers, like this surely, like you're talking you could buy any vehicle
Yep.
and go and do Cape York. Is what I'm hearing.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sounds like a
I
Prado might
got
even make it.
winched once, and we've got Phil in the background here with us, and he winched me out of the chicken track around Palm Creek.
Yep.
Because the washouts were too deep.
Yep.
The scallops out were too deep for my tyres. I tried left foot locking it the whole lot,
Yeah.
and I got 3/4 of the way up, and I'm like, nah, Philly, load me up.
Yep.
And we were out and kept going. That was it.
Yeah.
That was probably the only...
That's a good call too, and we will call out that Phil was driving a 79 Cruiser, so good
Absolutely.
work, Phil. But the other thing is tyres. Then to get you a long way, and then a level of a way to self-recover. So a winch, or maybe some recovery boards, max tracks,
Yep.
or something like that.
Or even just going. Like just going with don't salt. If you don't have a winch or recovery boards, go with a mate.
Yeah,
Like,
go with it.
And get a snatch strap at a minimum.
Yeah,
Yep.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. And don't use it off the tow bar.
Oh, dude.
Be safe.
Yeah.
Do not hook a
Like
snatch strap to your tow
like
bar.
the recovery options we have are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just use them how they're intended.
That's
Yep.
it.
And they work a treat. Like you'll pretty much
That's
get
it.
your car and everything.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, it's been fantastic having you on the podcast.
I
Really-
feel like we were going to discuss so much more stuff, and then Jacko just talked about race cars.
He
for like
did. He
25
just took it
minutes,
over, didn't he?
So when
It's
we
not
finish this podcast,
he hasn't stopped talking about his freaking Land Cruiser.
and we'll get Jacko to leave, and then we'll just do a whole other podcast.
Yeah, man. 100%. 100%.
Nah.
Nah,
But,
thanks heaps, boys. I appreciate your time.
Yep.
Thanks for having us,
And,
man. Hopefully our information was useful to your viewers.
Mate, look, it's all about people that want to get out in the outdoors and start off with four-wheel drives or getting out there and just seeing stuff.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it.
No, that's the key. Like, yeah, regardless of what you got, except the Subaru, fucking send it. At
Absolutely.
He swore. Right at the end, he swore.
least it's the end. It's easy edit.
Yeah. But no, I want to thank everyone for having a listen, and yeah, honestly,
Absolutely.
thanks for having us on. It was
And
quite
mate-
fun to take you out in the car today and
dude.
give you an experience that you haven't done before.
That was extremely epic.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone got photos of me in the car or around the car, so that's all right. There's no proof.
No, you were actually cool as a cucumber.
What was
mate.
actually, like, back to you. I'm going to ask the questions now.
Go ahead, man.
Tell me about side by sides. What do you think?
What was your experience? How'd you feel?
Sorry, a bit of background. So, like, we're out at track. We're out at it's actually Tank's block, and he has a beautiful track that we do a lot of testing at, and we have very developed side by sides, and we're taking people for rides that have never been in them. So, tell me what you think.
It's called the Kincrome block party that happens once a year.
It does.
That's
It's
as
an
much
annual-
information
and
as
it's
we're giving
It's
out.
also invitational. So
Invitational,
Like, yeah.
that's it.
If you get an invite, definitely come.
I've had myself in fast street cars, drag cars, all that kind of stuff. I've done 15 laps around Calder Park in the GDS Monaro from Targa.
Yep.
My brain went to the same place as I did with Targa. When you see the 200, 100, 50 metre braking marks, when the tyres are hot, your brain goes, it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Bang, we're turning this corner.
Yep.
And that's what I had with Tank today. We hit this corner, I think I looked at the speedo, we're doing about 95 clicks to the first corner. My brain was like, hang on, we need to bail up. He's hit the picks, the front of the side-by-side is just nosedived.
dives, yeah.
And we've washed 40 kilometres an hour off the speed within a second and a half.
Yeah.
From there, I went, we've got traction. Tank knows what he's doing. Get into it, son.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah,
But
you
then-
got comfy. I think that's actually a really valid point. Like, we do a lot of corporate ride days throughout
Yeah.
our sponsors, things like that. And we've taken a lot of people that are very green, like people that aren't experienced in this
Yeah.
at all, and they're kind of freaking out the whole lap.
Yes.
But when you do take people that are not green, so I tend to go down motocross guys or track guys.
Yep.
The first heavy braking area is where they find peace.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they go,
100%.
oh, okay, the car stops. Cool. That's exciting.
It's
The
because
driver is in control of the car.
When you're not in the driver's seat, though, you haven't got the feel, you haven't got the control.
Yeah.
But then you guys have cut laps all day
Yep.
with many different people.
He still rolled it.
Well, I
He's
wasn't
done
going to
heaps
bring
of
that
laps,
up.
yeah.
I didn't think we were going to talk about that. And to be fair, Drew got in the car after I rolled it, so big props.
True. True. Well, that cage is good enough, mate. I've got no issues with it.
Yeah.
But he only tipped it. He didn't roll
Yeah,
it.
it just fell on its
Yeah.
side.
He
had a
only
little
just
slip.
turned the mirror.
Yeah.
Nah, there's a lovely shop that built that car, and and it's a tough fit.
I think the one that actually got me was the first creek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you come up and
Gee,
can't
that's
see
big.
the drop.
yeah.
It was, we're braking, we're there, we're dropped in, and then once your brain goes, this suspension's amazing. And when we run up the creek bed as well, that it was just picking up, and all four wheels are staying on the ground.
Yeah.
And later Tank says, mate, these things just eat forward driving. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, it makes sense.
I've actually had a lot. I had Michael from Hack Shop, which is another YouTube channel. Hack
Yep.
Shop, check them out. They do amazing
Awesome.
stuff.
Street car stuff,
lot-
not right?
Mostly street car stuff, but they're amazing dudes.
Yeah.
I absolutely love them. He put it together the best. I took him for a lap in the race car. It was actually in a giveaway car, and he said, "You've broken full driving for me."
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
These cars do everything too good.
Yeah.
Yes. But what's your suspension travel on them?
Off the top of my
4
head.
inches.
I was going to say you're up there quite a bit.
I think the numbers I've got that'll get the viewers excited is let's compare it to a Hilux. 17 degrees of CV angle.
Oh, he's getting technical.
Is a lot.
Yeah.
If you're going to lift your Hilux Prado, anything that has that IFS front, 17 degrees is your limit. The Razor will operate functionally at 40 degrees.
Yep.
Oh.
And
Lot of travel.
that is the difference. So it's the CV design, and that's.
I
where they
mean,
put
there's a
all the
lot of
effort in.
technical stuff to it. I mean,
Oh,
a Hilux
100%.
CV compared to the ones you've got in the Polaris,
Yeah.
they're 2 foot longer.
Oh yeah, look, the shafts are longer, which changes a lot of stuff. But to be able to run 40 degrees functionally is
And
pretty impressive.
Do it at 80 mile an hour,
Yeah.
130, 140 kilometres an hour.
100%. Like we've done. Like,
What was your
so
speed
many
on
events.
Fink?
The car it'll max out at 165. Probably our biggest flex would be that we were able to hit whoops that trophy trucks would sort of struggle through at sort of 150, and we could hit them at 150. And I wouldn't say we didn't struggle. The car got it got out of shape.
Yeah.
But you could keep it together. And
Yep.
Yeah, the wheel travel's the key to that. Like
Oh, absolutely.
I think if we're going to touch on the UTV
Touch on
geometry,
Jacko. Or this will go for
geometry
4
stuff.
hours.
No, it won't go forever. But my point is the UTV geometry is amazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I
don't
like
have much
to
to
sort
touch
of
on that.
summarise Jacko just blabbering on about how cool these things are. I think the only thing that I'd like to sum up is there's a couple of things. So one, yeah, you can be a race car driver and go do crazy stuff in it side by side. You take 4-wheel drive people in these cars and they're very impressed. Every time you get a 4-wheel driver in one of these cars, they're like, why am I spending all this money on my car? Go just drive one
Well,
of
we
these.
took Pulley, we took Timmy, we took
Macca.
Raka.
Aussie
All of
Arlo
them,
boys.
all of them had the same answer.
Yep.
I'm going to sell my full drive and buy one of these.
Yep.
If you could register a Razor, Australia's really tough on the laws and
It'd
stuff.
be very different.
Yeah,
Like
But,
landscape if you could register them.
If you could get some sort of rego, I think that our demographic of
Yep.
YouTube would be very different.
Yep.
Yeah.
These cars are
Yep.
unbelievably capable and functional.
Yeah.
There's a handful
very
of
fun.
channels in the US on YouTube that I was watching, and they have parties.
Oh.
Like
Oh,
40,
100%.
50, 60
yeah, no,
of these
there's
things.
there's one in Glamis. Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Glamis is the
Glamis.
one.
Yeah.
Glamis doesn't even make sense. Like you're talking like
Thousands.
like 15 to 20,000 UTVs
Yep.
on a single track.
Yep.
Like America's on another level, as it
Yeah.
always is.
Yes.
And that's just that.
But the
yeah.
other thing I love about it is, so today, like Jacko took a 6 or 7 year old kid out for a lap in
Yes,
the
he
car,
did.
super
Yep.
safe.
Yep.
Kid had a really good time. I took my partner's mum out for a full noise lap around the track, and she had a great time.
She had the biggest smile on her face when she pulled her helmet off.
I actually said to her, I'm generally not very nervous with this stuff, but I've got my partner's mum in the car. I'm like, I'm going to take it a bit easy. And she's like, no, you're not. You're going to send it. and the thing for me is I always want to, and Jacko will be the same. We never want to give a bad experience to someone in the car, and we'll always drive to... We basically give them a thumbs up, thumbs down system. So if you're having a good time, all good. If you want to slow down a bit, no worries. But you also don't have to be a race car driver to drive one of these. If you can drive a car down a road, you can hop in one, steer it around, drive sensibly, and have fun in one.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and then if you are a motocross guy or girl, or you're into your forward driving, then... yeah, we can wow your pants off kind of thing. Like they're very impressive. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
The young fella that I took in, he was under 10.
Yeah.
I don't know how old he was, but yeah, I sort of worked myself up. You do a few things that might scare him, and you work your way up. And nothing scared this young fella.
Kids are crazy,
dude. He was like, he's just in his element to the point where I was running a prologue lap. I think like we were running hard, and this kid was just having an absolute blast. And I think like for what we do, like that's a reward. Like just taking out people that haven't really seen it and running the car. Without being cocky, we are capable of running the car at 100% and showing people really what they can do.
Yep.
And I think that's one of my favorite things to do is to just run the car as hard as we possibly can and get to the end and they're just like mind blown that the car even have wheels on it.
Yeah,
Yep.
100%.
I agree.
One of the big things was walking away from it. I'm surprised more things don't break on these.
Oh,
they break.
They break.
Because airborne over the jumps.
Yep.
Hitting corners at 80 kilometres an hour, dropping it into ruts, and they're just climbing in and out and sideways, and it just it's full on.
I guess that's a testament to how well Jacko builds cars.
Yeah, look, like at my company, we built, like I built Tank's car, I built my car, obviously, and it's my race car, so we put millions of hours of effort into it.
Absolutely, as you should, really.
Yeah, but there's things that you learn, there's things that you improve, no different to any full drive. Like, you have a full drive, that part failed, cool. You'll update it to something new. It's no different to the race cars.
Oh, of course.
We're just 2 years into the development, the car's pretty good.
But you're also running on a ragged edge.
It is
the whole time.
It's on the edge.
That's the only way to drive.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I think Ken Block put it the best. If you're in control, then you're not.
Yep.
You're not having fun. I don't know. I think that's his quote. He's got a cool quote. I can't remember what it is, but it's along those lines of like if you as a driver, if you're not scared, you're not going fast enough.
Yeah.
Like and that's accurate.
But I don't want to scare people away because you can.
No, but they're not scared. It's only the driver, but they don't know.
Yeah.
True.
I think it's that's the quote. It's if you're not scared, you're not going fast enough.
Yeah, true.
And I'm strategic with who we do a run where we're really pushing it. Like I actually took Tank for running my car.
Yep.
My car's set up very different.
Yep.
And I was scared, but I really wanted to show off to Tank. And and we pushed it, and I was scared. He came back and he was like, "Oh my god, like this setup's amazing!" And I was like, "Oh, cool," because we just got it.
Which goes
around the track.
completely against what I said probably 10 minutes ago, where I said you don't have to improve anything to your mates to have a good time.
Nah, you do.
But we had a good time.
We did. Like you don't have to, but yeah.
Beginning full driving and
beginning
racing
full drive,
think is two different things,
it's
mate.
a very different thing. Like we're
Polar
talking
opposites.
We're talking like a vehicle that we're aiming to be the fastest side by side in the country. So it's a bit of a different.
You've
tack,
got to
but
be on the edge.
If you're talking like going recreational full driving, 100%. You don't have to show it to your mates.
You got to make it home.
Just go out there and enjoy your car and drive to the capability of the car.
That's it.
100%.
Well, I mean, you go breaking your Polaris, so be it. You put it back in the truck and drive home.
It's
Correct.
broken. It's
you
broken
don't have
now.
to drive it to work.
Oh, you broke it?
Oh, yeah. We broke the brake discs. Yeah.
Both our cars right now have no brakes left in them. But we had a wild weekend. We took out, I don't know how many laps we did, but we took out.
It was over 100 Ks, right?
Yeah. Guys, girls, kids, like older people, like, yeah. And no one got out without a smile.
No, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
I had a motocross. So Cooper Van Vliet's here. He's a very talented motocross racer. So putting him in the car, I up the ante a little bit.
As you should.
Because I can't think. Worst case, he gets out and goes, oh, these aren't that good. So, yeah, I may have overjumped a jump. We hit this jump, just for context for the viewers, we hit this jump at 90 k's an hour safely. We hit it at 135.
Yeah.
And even with our beautiful King shocks and a very developed car, we bounced the car off the ground probably a metre. So, yeah, that was a one time only. We never hit that jump that hard again. But yeah, I am a sucker to getting sucked in. And look, a lot of your viewers probably are. Like, you'll find you at a steep hill and you're trying to show off to your mates, and it's not a good idea. Avoid it. Drive to what your car's capable of doing.
Drive to what you're capable of.
That's a good point. Like, drive to what you're capable of doing.
I was going to say,
arguably, I was capable of overdriving that jump. We all survived.
But was the car?
Yeah, the car's fine. To be honest, it was just a pretty big bounce.
Yeah. Awesome. On that note, boys, again, thank you for joining me.
I just got to ask one more question.
Oh, go ahead.
Is this the longest podcast you've ever done?
We've gone over time for sure.
We've come to whatever, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Sweet. And if this podcast is under like 50 minutes, he definitely edited heaps out of it. It'll be like, we're talking to Tank and Jacko. And Jacko will be like, hey.
Jacko,
that's all he's in it.
Nah, man. I reckon Tank talked more crap than I did. Like, I reckon I had more accurate information.
When I put this together, I'll know. Put it that way.
Sweet.
There'll be three
thanks for having us, mate.
Yeah. No issue at all.
Fun.
Thanks
I'm glad
for joining
you got
me.
to run in the buggy and experience off-road in a fast demographic.
Absolutely.
Because off-road is generally in a very controlled, slow and demographic.
Absolutely,
and,
dude.
What we do, it's fast.
I'm gonna offer one more thing. I reckon, and it'll be a while because it's now what, November?
Yes.
2025. If you get some really cool listener that's really into what we've talked about, we'll bring them up here and we'll give them a lap, and we'll take them for a couple of laps in the buggy and hang out with all of us and understand what what Jacko's been talking about for the last hour.
That'll have to come down to people putting their names in and having a chat and tell us their experience
However
or history.
you want to do it.
100%, man.
And yeah, we'll give them a ride in the car and give them a fun time and have
Absolutely.
a camp and have a drink or.
Nah, if we don't scare you,
you haven't done your job.
I'll do my job. Yeah. Nah.
Anyway, let's wrap it up.
You'll be scared.
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent. Thanks for the offer, Tank.
Nah, thanks for having
We'll
us.
definitely keep that in mind.
Yep.
And we'll go from here.
Cool.
Thanks, boys.
Good luck.
What's your opinion on it?
You've thrown me in the deep end with this one. Look, I'm hoping it was an exciting and a great bit of conversation, to be
Absolutely, mate.
honest. So
You will thoroughly enjoy it when this gets released tomorrow.
I'll find out as I'm driving and listening to it tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. I think the number one thing we all need to remember for this is always check on your mates.
That's the number one thing we always say because it's the main thing to do.
Absolutely.
That one quiet mate, send them a text message, give them a phone call.
100%.
Hey, do you want to come and do something stupid for the weekend?
That's it.
So,
Absolutely. Even if it's using the $27 Kmart rod and not catching fish.
yeah, that's it. I've still got to do that.
All right, listeners, that's a wrap from us for this week. Thank you for the listen. Give us some feedback about that and give us a like on Spotify. It helps us to get out to more people.
And YouTube now.
And on YouTube. Absolutely. If you don't have the time in the car to listen to an episode, shoot over to YouTube, throw it on, have a listen while you're vacuuming the floor.
At work quietly.
At work quietly. All right, thanks, listeners, and we'll speak to you next week.
Cheers all.
Cheers all.